Hey, what's going on, Godzilla fans? LP2000 coming at you with another video. This time I'm going to do another figure review as well as a little bit of a discussion. This is at the request of fellow collector and a good friend of mine on the X Plus Collectors Facebook group or the Kaiju Brotherhood, Daniel Moreno. We had a little conversation this week about a certain monster, and he also asked me a question about another monster, so I'm going to get into that in this video today. So it's going to be like in two parts. The first part's going to be like a figure review, and the other part is going to be like a little bit of discussion. So without further ado, let's get started. And I'm going to review the X Plus 30cm Titanosaurus from the film, the classic film Terror Mechagodzilla. And as you can see, this is the box from X Plus. You know, it has the great colorful artwork, like with all the other 30cm boxes. Great artwork. You got Titanosaurus here, as well as in the background, as well as his name, and the name of the movie in Japanese, Terror Mechagodzilla, or I believe it's actually Mechagodzilla's Counterattack, 1975. That's what you have on the front, as well as the legal jargon on the back. You know, as with all the boxes, nothing changes. It's just the way it's always been. So, and before I get into the figure, also a special shout out goes to Godzilla fan freaks, Everett Grondin. This is his favorite kaiju besides Godzilla, so I have to make a mention of him. He's a good friend of mine also. Check out his channel, Godzilla fan freaks. Great reviews, great commentary, just a great guy. There you go, Everett. So without further ado, let's get to the figure itself. And here it is in all his glory, Titanosaurus, 30 centimeters. And actually, he's a little bit bigger than 30 centimeters or 12. He's like maybe 13, hovering to 14 inches height mark. But just a great, awesome figure. To me, Titanosaurus was the breakout star, if you will, of Terror Mechagodzilla. He just had an awesome presence in the movie. I mean, just his roar is just unique, and it's just, you know, he's just an awesome character. He even did most of the fighting in the movie. If you saw the movie, you know that Titanosaurus, he commanded the screen when he was on screen. Not at the expense of Godzilla, mind you, but yet he was still such a great monster and just a great kaiju. And just to go in a little detail about the film, and if y'all saw the film, you know what I'm talking about. To me, Titanosaurus has such a great presence in the film. If Mechagodzilla was not in the film, it wouldn't have changed anything at all, because Mechagodzilla didn't really do that much in the film. But this guy, he carried the weight of the movie, in my opinion. So check it out, Terror Mechagodzilla, 1975. But like this is a great figure. X Plus, once again, never disappoints with the sculpt, the paint job, the pose. Everything is just top notch on this figure. As a matter of fact, let me get a little bit closer so you can see a little bit closer. And I will say this with all honesty, with all the great figures that X Plus has ever done, some that I have and some that I don't, this figure, I would have to say, in my opinion, is the perfect figure. There's nothing wrong that I can say about this figure. There's nothing that I would change. There's nothing that I wish it would have been something, whatever. It's just, this figure is just perfect. I will not change anything about this figure. Just like I said, just the paint job, as far as the bumps on the body, his tail where he can, you know, create windstorms that knock Godzilla, you know, 14 miles away from him. As well as his antennas and his spine, and you know, it's just a great figure. And X Plus has done a great job. But unquestionably, the best figure out there of Titanosaurus ever is this figure. Now, I will have to say that if you're trying to hunt one down, that's the thing. You're going to have to hunt. And if you do, you have to spend some money. He was up there. He's up there in price and value. This came out in 2012. As a matter of fact, I got this for my wife for my birthday. Hey, sweetie.
Hey.
And she got this for my birthday in 2012. It came out like around, I believe, October or September of 2012. So yes, and I knew then, like I mentioned in my other video, that when I first got started in X Plus, mind you, this is the second X Plus figure I ever gotten, that I knew then, just not being in the line that long, that this was going to be something that you had to snatch up pretty quick. Otherwise, you would never be able to find them. And if you do, you would have to spend some money, which is my point again, if you do find him, you're going to have to spend some money. It's not like what you pay for the diamond reissues. They're real cheap nowadays. It's just, for one, he's hard to find. If you do, like I said, it's going to be a little bit expensive. And like I mentioned before, these figures are not worth you going into foreclosure for your house. But if you're able to find one, negotiate a fair price, I suggest pick them up. I highly recommend them. Or maybe you can hope that X Plus, the original X Plus, actually re-releases him, because just this past week at the time of this recording, November 23rd, they just announced that they're going to re-release the 1968 Godzilla 25 centimeter with the little Rick Boy edition figure along with it, which is another sought after and elusive piece, and that gives me hope that maybe one day they'll reissue another popular and elusive monster, as far as like collecting is concerned, Titanosaurus, or Gigan, or some other monsters. But maybe they will reissue him. If they do, then pick him up. But if you find one before then for a good price, I highly suggest you pick him up. Now let's go into size comparisons. I'm gonna bring in two model Billiken kits. One is of the Godzilla 1975, and also Mechagodzilla 1975, or Mechagodzilla 2. And as you can see, they all scale well with each other. Godzilla clocks in at least 10 inches tall. Mechagodzilla clocks in like 10 and a half. So as you can see, they both fit perfectly well. I got this off of eBay a few years ago, and I got this from my brother from another mother, Burley Vang, out in Cerritos, California. What's up, man? He made this and painted this for me, and as you can see, they look great together. They scale well with each other. It's just perfect. I'll stop talking so you can look at it. All right, I'm done. Now let's make this an all X Plus affair, shall we? And let's go with the 1974 Mechagodzilla. Now, I will, for people that are OCD and have to have the correct muscle for correct film, which is fine. I'm not coming down on people like that. But this is not the same Mechagodzilla from the 1975 film. And that Mechagodzilla is somewhat different than this one, but either way, but if you want to make it all X Plus affair, you can with this Mechagodzilla 74. There's only subtle differences between Mechagodzilla 74 and 75, so this could actually work. And also, I got the 25 centimeter 1975 Godzilla, which doesn't scale at all with these two Titans. But this is the only version we have of this Godzilla suit as far as X Plus is concerned. So let's just put this right in the middle so Godzilla will, So, as you can see, Godzilla does not scale well at all. Now, mind you, Mechagodzilla has this little base that he's on that gives him a little bit more height. But, of course, Titanosaurus is the tallest out of the three because he was that way in the film, thanks to his elongated neck. But if you want to make it all X Plus affair, this is what you come up with. And don't feel bad that Godzilla is puny, because in the end, he did beat down both of them. Of course, he had a little bit of help, but hey, I hate it. Yeah, you got your butt beat. That's how it is. You got your butt beat. It's all right. So, but that's it as far as the X Plus lineup for this movie. So, and there you have it. So let's get these out of the way. But like I said, the X Plus 30 centimeter Titanosaurus, if you can find one, get them, or get him for a good price. And you will not be disappointed. He's just a great piece of the Godzilla history, and it's just a cool kaiju in itself. I can go on and on about it, but that's it. Titanosaurus. There you go. Now, to the second part of my video, Daniel asked me to note the differences between a certain Godzilla suit, and it's the Heisei suit the way he appeared in Godzilla 1989, as well as the following film, Godzilla King Ghidorah 1991. It's the same suit from both films, the Bio-Goji. As a matter of fact, I'm going to bring up my X Plus 30 centimeter 1989 Godzilla, which appeared in Godzilla vs. Biollante, and which then appeared in Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah. But there are slight modifications between the 89 and 91, which I will bring up a custom-made Godzilla 1991 I have made. So I'll put it up here so you can get a good idea. But there's not much differences between the two suits, except, like I said, slight modifications. As far as the 89 is concerned, you know, it looked generally like this. But for the 91, it's the same Godzilla suit, except they added more giant musculature to the chest. They elongated the gums a little bit and gave him different looking eyes to have a more ferocious, more of a hateful type of look. To represent, because in Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah in that film, he got shot with a double dose of radiation, which made him twice as big and twice as powerful. So that's why they gave him the bigger chest and the more ferocious face. But I have to say, as far as the Godzilla 89 from X Plus, the 30 centimeter, yes, this is the 89, but it has traces of the 91 in it, with the chest being a little bit bigger than what the 89 should be. Thanks to the Yuji Sakai Godzilla 89 that just came out, which is an accurate representation of that suit. But if you put this figure alongside that one, because this one's figure is a little more stylized. Like I said, it has traces of the 91 in it, especially in the face. With the face being more ferocious looking and the gums being shown more here, this actually looks more like the 91 than the 89, although it's officially the 89. But that's basically it. The dorsal plates are still the same. They both are positioned the same way on the body or whatnot. The tails are long and everything. It's just the same suit. It's just they modified the chest and the face. And that's pretty much the difference between 89 and 91. Mind you, out of the two, I prefer the 91. As a matter of fact, the 91 alongside the G64 is my favorite Godzilla suit of all time. Just powerful, epic looking, just awesome. So, but that's pretty much it as far as the difference between the G89 and the G91. And I hope that answers your question, Daniel. After research that I've done and actually watching the movies 10 million times over again, thank you for giving me the assignment so I could do that. It's just, that's pretty much it. But, like I said, this is for Daniel Moreno. I hope you enjoyed the video, man. Like I said, the Titanosaurus and the differences between G89 and G91. Like I said, subtle differences. Very subtle differences, but they just made the suit look better. And also, before I go to the little side note, I think the 89, which was virtually a suit that was made after Godzilla 1984. I think it has more of a Titanosaurus type of feel with the long neck and the way his dorsal plates. Right, look. Don't you see a little bit of a comparison there? Bet you never thought about that, didn't you? I just did 2 seconds ago. But that's it. But thank y'all for watching. I appreciate it. If you have any more comments or anything, just holler at me in the comment section or holler at me on Facebook, Big Mark Calloway, and I'll answer them to the best of my ability. My next video, instead of the diamond releases, which I mentioned in my last video that I was going to talk about, I'm going to do a review, thanks at the request of Edwin Talavera, the Kaiju Brotherhood, X Plus Facebook group. What's up, man? I'm going to do a review on my radio control Godzilla 1989 I got here in the back. So that'll be next. And after that, I'll do the diamond reissue video. So, but thank y'all for watching. Thank you for new subscribers subscribing to my channel. I get the videos out there as best as I can. I really appreciate it. And y'all have a great work week coming up. Thank y'all for watching. Y'all have a good night.